can. I'm here on behalf of Ms. Miya Ponsetto, 977 on behalf of her, and my client, Ms. Nicole Ponsetto, is present in person.
And that's already been filed?
Yes.
This case goes back to
This case has been going on since last spring, Your Honor, so that was a question that was asked early on.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Today's here for a pretrial date.
That's accurate, Your Honor.
What would you like to do?
Your Honor, I have the pleasure of speaking at length with the people, and we've diligently worked out an offer that we feel that is fair for everyone involved.
Okay.
I'd like to let the people go ahead and discuss the arrangement that we have made for first Miya Ponsetto, who's now present, and then second, Ms. Nicole Ponsetto, if we may.
Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Tim Anderson for the people. As to defendant 2, she's charged with Penal Code Section 647, Subdivision F. It's public intoxication. That's on Special Directive 20-07's list for a charge the people must dismiss. Therefore, the people make that motion.
All right. As to
Thank you so much.
defendant Miya Ponsetto, and your client's name is?
This is Nicole Ponsetto, Your Honor.
Nicole, okay.
Yes.
As to defendant Miya Ponsetto, who you're bringing 977 for people's motion to dismiss 1385, and people believe it's in the interest of justice?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And can you say why you believe it's in the interest of justice?
Well, in this case, Your Honor, there's no criminal history outside of a 2020 DUI in California. The declination policy doesn't allow for any exceptions or factors for consideration, and I believe the policy requires me to state that it's in the interest of justice.
I don't know if you'd like, I can be heard as well.
Go ahead.
This was a very isolated situation for Ms. Miya Ponsetto, and she has no further business at the Peninsula Hotel. She will not be interacting with that other individual. So it seems just and appropriate that this is something that would be fair for a dismissal.
And she has no prior criminal history?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. I was retained for this matter in the spring of 2020, so.
All right.
Thank you kindly.
Because there's no criminal history, the people's motion to dismiss pursuant to 1385 is granted. And as to Nicole Ponsetto, what's going to happen?
Again, this defendant has no criminal history. People's offer is to count 1, a 12-month formal diversion, 100 hours community service, any licensed nonprofit. There'll be a stay-away order from the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills, and she's to obey all laws for the pendency of the diversion.
And Your Honor, I've spoken at length with my client. She feels that's more than...
Noted, Your Honor.
Is this a through community service office or through any nonprofit agency?
Given the COVID-19 restrictions, we're asking for any nonprofit.
And we've already spoken amongst ourselves, and she already has a few ideas as to where to complete those hours that would best benefit the community.
Okay, so stay away from the Peninsula
Yes,
Hotel, obey all laws, 100 hours of community service, right?
that's accurate. That's my understanding.
Okay, what happened in this case?
It appears that there was a altercation at the Peninsula Hotel involving defendant 2. Defendant 1 stated that she believed she was defending defendant 2, resisted arrest from a Beverly Hills police officer, and kicked her in the knee, kicked the officer in the knee. The report states there's some redness on the officer's knee.
Is there any restitution that's owed to the officers as a result of this injury?
No, Your Honor. The officer declined medical treatment.
Okay, all right. If that's the agreement that you've reached with the people, it seems appropriate. I'll go ahead and allow that. All right, Nicole Ponsetto, is that your true correct name?
Yes.
All right, now you have certain constitutional rights and you'll be given speedy and public jury trial where 12 members of the community would have to unanimously agree and have to be proved beyond a reasonable doubt to that jury that you're guilty. At the trial, you have the right to testify on your own behalf and tell everybody your version of the story. Under oath, you have the right to confront and cross-examine witnesses who may testify against you. You have the right to produce witnesses and evidence in court and use the subpoena power of the court to bring in witnesses. You also, of course, once again, have the right to remain silent and not say anything. Do you understand these rights? And do you freely and voluntarily give up each and every one of those rights? that yes?
Yes.
Also, I must advise you, ma'am, if you're not a citizen of the United States, a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge can result in your deportation, your exclusion from admission to the United States, or your denial of naturalization.
Understood, ma'am.
All right. Do you understand your constitutional rights, the waiver of those rights, the nature of the charges, and the consequences of your plea?
Yes, I do.
To the charge on in count 1, violation of 243B, battery on a peace officer, how do you plead?
No contest.
And you understand that a no contest plea has the same force and effect as a guilty plea.
I understand that.
Counsel, you join in the waivers, confirm the plea, stipulate the factual basis.
So joined, Your Honor.
Court finds the defendant's plea was knowingly and intelligently made with a free and voluntary waiver of rights. Ma'am, you have the right to be sentenced within 5 days. Is it agreeable to you that we put your sentencing over 12 months to January 28, 2022?
Yes.
All right, and does the defense join the time waiver?
So joined, Your Honor. Thank you kindly. We appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
All right, also, you have the right to be sentenced by me on that date should you fail to comply with all the terms and conditions. Is it agreeable to you that any judicial officer can sentence you on that day?
Yes.
And counsel, do you join in the article waiver?
Of course, Your Honor.
In 2022, this will be in Department 71. On the following terms and conditions, you're granted 12 months of formal diversion. You're ordered to stay 100 yards away from the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills. You're ordered to obey all laws, rules, and orders of the court. You're ordered to complete 100 hours of community service that could be at any nonprofit. Do you understand and accept the terms and conditions of your diversion?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to order that you return on January 28, 2022. That's for the date I want community service done. And I want to know that you've been staying away from the hotel and that you're obeying all laws. And if you do that, on that day your case is going to be dismissed, and if you don't, then you're going to be sentenced, and your maximum period of incarceration on this case, I believe this is a 6-month case or a year case?
364.
That's 364, so you're facing up to 1 year in jail if you should fail to comply with the terms and conditions. Do you understand?
I understand that. She's certainly motivated to complete the 100 hours, Your Honor.
Well, I hope this motivates you more. All right, January 28, 2022, you're ordered to return to Department 71. We'll see you then.
Excellent, Your Honor. Thank you kindly, and thank you to the people for all the time that they've spent.
Yes.
Ma'am?
Nicole.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sharon Gatan, California Legal Counsel. It's a pleasure to be here with you all. Today, I wrapped up my representation of Miya and Nicole Ponsetto. This was the case that I was originally retained on in March of 2020. This is the original case that I was hired to complete. There was a misunderstanding at the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills. I worked very diligently throughout the year. Obviously, some things that we did not predict happened in December of 2020 over in another state. But today was our court date, and I'm very proud to tell you that I was able to obtain a dismissal from Miya Ponsetto. So all of the charges pertaining to this matter have been dropped and dismissed. She has nothing on her criminal history in regards to this, so we're grateful. In regards to her mother that you saw just leaving, her mother Nicole Ponsetto, she also is going to be earning a dismissal. Again, working diligently with the DA, and hand in hand, we are going to be working on having her complete some community service hours, and she loves to work with animals. So she's going to complete those hours, and we will return 1 year from today, January 28th at this courthouse, in order to, God willing, get her the dismissal that she rightfully will earn and will prove to the court that she should be receiving that.
I know you said you're not...
I'll go.
Okay, go ahead.
I gotta ask.
Please.
You've spent some time with these clients.
I have.
You've seen all these other things develop that,
Yes.
you know, potentially she could serve some time because of all the effects of all these things. I wonder, do you sense, Mia, do you sense that she's remorseful or that she's changed, Maya, that she's changed her mind in any way about how she's dealt with the media about this and Gail and, you know, the family in New York?
So, I can only speak to what I know, and I do want to preface this. I knew you guys were waiting, and I felt it was appropriate for me to give you some sort of statement to provide some closure for the California angle. I will not be talking about any case she has in New York. As you know, I'm a California lawyer. I'm not a New York lawyer, and I'm not representing her in New York because that's not my case. I can't speak to that. I can tell you that Mia is keeping herself very busy. She's doing well. She's with her mom, and that's what I know. Obviously, the entire purpose of everything that we've done, even the Gayle King interview, was to express remorse and to deliver an apology. That is what the purpose of that was. So, as you saw, Nicole was here, and they don't want any of this publicity. They're not seeking it. They're not seeking the fame or anything, and she easily could have stood here and walked and talked with you folks, but she told me in advance she had an appointment and she had to leave. So I appreciate you guys respecting that, but that's all I can say. All right. I think someone else had a question. Did you have?
No, I was going to be the same. Sorry.
Okay.
I've got one quick question. Is
Please.
something about an extradition hearing in Ventura tomorrow? Do you know anything about that?
I do not. I don't represent her in the Ventura. The thing I wanted everyone to know is really I got into the whole world of the Ponsettos in March, and it was all about a Peninsula Beverly Hills case. That's all I knew about. So I'm happy that everything ended so well, and they're going to be victorious. I pray and I wish them all the best of luck in New York. I wish everyone good luck, even the family in New York that has gone through so much suffering. I can acknowledge and see and understand. I have children as well. I can only put myself in their shoes and understand how difficult it is for them. At the same time, Mia is someone's daughter, and I'm just thankful that the case here is closed and this chapter is completed.